Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is illustration of polynomial equations. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button for more updates. Also, you will find different subjects in this YouTube channel. Just select the playlist section. And now let's proceed to our main topic for today, which is all about illustration of polynomial equations, prepared by Sir Lars Jason C. Rivera of Mexico National High School. Okay, so these are examples of polynomials. So we have b squared plus d minus 5, 22b cubed minus 5b squared minus 5b, a cubed plus 1 half a minus 5, 2c raised to 4 minus 32c cubed plus 4c. These are not polynomials. So as you can see, there is a radical sign here. So this one is not a polynomial. For this one, because radical sign, okay, before that, radical sign, this one is equal to raised to 1 half, right? So they are just the same. So since our exponent is fraction, so that is not a polynomial. For this one, our what they call this, our exponent is negative. So again, this is not a polynomial. Since it is fraction, this is not a polynomial. This is not a polynomial. To understand it better, let us first identify or recall what is polynomial is all about. A polynomial in X is a sum of the form a sub n raised x raised to n plus a sub n minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus ellipses plus a sub 1 x plus a sub 0, where a sub n is not equal to 0 and a sub I is an integer for all I, such that I is greater than 0, raised greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to n. With that, an equation is a polynomial equation if both sides of the equation are polynomial expressions. With that, you need to recall the concept of polynomial from our previous discussion. Always remember that polynomials do not have negative exponents and non-integral exponents on the variable. Aside from that, variables should not be included as radicands. However, in this material, we will only focus on polynomial equations in one variable. Let us have more example. Let us have a deeper understanding of polynomial equations. Consider this example. Y cubed plus 2y squared equals negative 5y. If we want to verify if it is a polynomial equation, let us check both sides of the equation. If the left-hand side In the left-hand side, it is clear that y cubed plus 2y squared is a polynomial expression. Moreover, the right-hand side of the equation which is negative 5y, is also a polynomial expression. Therefore, the equation y cubed plus 2y squared equals negative 5y is an example of polynomial equation. Let us have another example. Consider this example. B squared plus 4b plus 3 equals 0. Let us check both sides of the equation. In the left-hand side, we have b squared plus 4b plus 3 is a polynomial expression. Furthermore, 0 is an example of polynomial expression. With that, we can say that b squared plus 4b plus c equals 0 is a polynomial equation. Moreover, the equation b squared plus 4b plus 3 is equals to 0 is in general form. So we call this one a general form. Okay? You should also consider the following, especially if you want to obtain the general form of a polynomial equation. So one of the side of the equation should be 0. 2. Aside from that, arrange the terms of the non-zero polynomial in the descending order in terms of the exponents of the variable. Recall the concepts of the properties of equality. Here is an example. Rewrite the equation x cubed plus 4x squared equals 5x minus 7 in general form. What we need to do is to make one side of the equation be 0. With that, we can transpose 5x and negative 7 to the left side of the equation. Then, we will change the sign of 5x and negative 7. We now have x cubed plus 4x squared minus 5x plus 7 equals 0. This is now in the general form of the equation. Kumbaga, Ang gagawin lang natin is that we will just transpose this one. And when we transpose, we change the sign. So this positive 5 becomes negative 5x. This negative 7 becomes 7, and it should be equal to 0. That is the general form of the equation. Okay, there are we have here examples of polynomial equations. And we will write the leading term, the leading coefficient, and the degree. The leading term is m. So that's the highest exponent. The leading coefficient we have in m, we have 1. So we have 1. The degree of n, or the exponent, is 1. So we have also 1 here. Another, we have here negative 3n squared. So the highest exponent is squared. So the leading term is n squared. Okay? The leading term is n squared. This is the leading term. Or we can have negative 3n squared. So we have negative 3n squared. The leading coefficient is negative uh, 3. That's the leading number here, or the leading numerical coefficient. The degree is 2. That's the degree of the leading term. Next, we have 7b cubed. The leading term is 7b cubed. The leading coefficient of 7b cubed is 7, and the degree of 7b cubed is 3, or cube. Next, 6v raised to 4. The leading term is 6. The leading coefficient, the leading term is 6v raised to 4. The leading coefficient is 6, and the degree is 4. Finally, we have z5. z5 is the leading term. The leading coefficient of z is 1, and the degree is 5. So that's all about for the illustration of polynomial equations. With that, thank you very much for your listening.